world moves fast. Your workday? Even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work. Built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and other Microsoft 365 apps you use. Helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize. So you can cut through clutter and clear a path to your best work. Learn more at Microsoft.com/M365 Copilot.
Hi, Kim Commando here. Well, first up, we have your digital life hack. And after that, I'm going to play a call from my weekend national radio show. Every document you print has a secret code on it, and it traces right back to you. I'm Kim Commando for Carbonite, my #1 choice for cloud backup. Get 50% off at Carbonite.com/Kim. Live a better digital life with Carbonite. Most color printers add tiny yellow dots to every single page. They're nearly invisible. You can't see them unless you know where to look. Those dots contain your printer's serial number, plus the date and time you printed the document. Law enforcement has used this for years to track down counterfeiters, leakers, and even the person who leaked NSA documents back in 2017. They match the yellow dots to a printer. Want to see them? Print a page with some color on it. Shine a blue LED light on it in a dark room. And there they are, tiny yellow dots in a pattern. Not every printer does this, but most major brands do. HP, Canon, Xerox, Brother. There is no way to turn them off. So remember, your printer is keeping receipts. Join almost 1 million folks who get my free newsletter every single day. It's 5-star rated at getkim.com. Next up, a call from my weekend show, The Kim Commando Show. Enjoy.
TaxAct is here anytime you want to easily file your taxes. TaxAct is here for the early birds who like to knock them out as soon as the season opens. And for the procrastinators who like to wait until the very last minute. TaxAct is also here for the middlers who file right in the middle of tax season. No one ever talks about the middlers, but TaxAct sees you, and TaxAct respects you. TaxAct, let's get them over with.
Rod in Los Angeles, California. Hi there, Rod.
Hi, what a great crew you have. The energy they put out for you here is good.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Rod. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I listen to you every weekend. I download the shows, and I've heard you talk a couple of times about when you had the guys planting cameras out in front of your house. And
oh, yeah.
How to pick that up. And I don't, it's not paranoia for me, but it is in a way. It's sort of like having this simply safe system. I live in an area where I've got a lot of brush and stuff out front, and across the street there are frequently vendors there and a lot of people around. And I've seen enough of this in L.A. where they sort of hit a community. And again, it's like having the security system. I'd like to be able to RF. You talked about the protectors, how there are some devices that'll pick that up. And I'd like to be able to have one so that I can, again, screen it. And it's
wait. Well, So you want to? Are you afraid that somebody's going to come into your neighborhood and then jam all the Wi-Fi signals so that this way your security system doesn't work?
Yeah, that's correct. Or they can just be doing surveillance and see what I do, and then when I'm gone, come in. Because these guys have gangs periodically that come through, and they'll hit houses. Yeah. And
I'll tell you, these Wi-Fi jammers, I saw one in action last week. I never had seen, and as you talked about, Rod, my house got hit by the Chilean gangs, and the video's up on YouTube. Yes,
story. Yeah.
And I'm like sitting there on the patio, like, "Hi guys," to the Phoenix SWAT team. What's going on? They're like, "Get in the house, get in the house!" All these helicopters around, like, "Hey, you want to come for dinner? You guys need water or anything?" Anyway, the Chilean gangs used the Wi-Fi jammers to try to break into our house because they thought maybe we had gone to dinner. But they couldn't because the house was hardwired. So last week, I had the opportunity where somebody showed me the Wi-Fi jammers. It's about the size of a deck of cards, and he got it off of a website in China. Took about 3 months to get over here. It has 2 buttons, and you press button number 1, and it takes down all the Wi-Fi within probably, I don't know how many feet, and it keeps the Wi-Fi down for 16 to 18 minutes. I mean, that one button. And I said, what does button number 2 do? And he goes, well, that's Wi-Fi end cell.
Oh.
Okay. And so button number 2 will take your Wi-Fi and your cell out for 16 to 18 minutes. So if somebody's trying to break in, you're a sitting duck.
Well, he wants to jam the jammers, though. He wants to get ahead of the game.
Well, or I want to be able to pick up that they've got something planted around that can potentially, maybe even just the cameras. You know, I don't know all the technology, but I'd like to, if there was something available.
They're not gonna plant a camera, so to speak. You know, they might actually. Let me back up. They might want to plant a camera there, and that's where. You know, and it's running off of a cell signal.
Weren't they taping like cameras, GoPros to rocks?
Yes, they're for rocks and everything. That's where you can, and they get they would take the SD card out and then try to figure out your routines and all that other good things, bad things, so to speak. There are ways, there are devices that you can use that will detect the cameras. But they're not always 100% accurate. I mean, it kind of, and I wish there was just like one solution, like, okay, yeah, we're going to buy this to see if they're actually here. You know, it goes back to really having a hard line in your house. I mean, having the internet connected through a hard line that's accessible to you 24/7, so that when the jammers happen, because let me tell you, when he hit that button, number 1, it was boom, gone. It wasn't like needed to like connect to anything. Okay. It was, you're out of business. And 16 to 18 minutes later, so 20 minutes later, it came back up. And then I said, let me see number 2. Number 2, boom, my phone's dead.
Wow.
All the Wi-Fi dead for another 16 to 18 minutes. Highly illegal. That's why I don't want to tell you who it was that came over to show this to me. But if you are concerned about, your safety and security, that's where it really boils down to getting rid of that brush in your house, putting up signs, believe it or not, guard dog on duty. We have signs in our property that say, everything's being recorded off-site to the cloud, 24/7. I'm going to tell you, we have license plate readers around our property, probably have 20 different cameras that are recording all the time. Is it paranoia? No, but it's just the way that we have to live today, and especially you being in Los Angeles. You really need to. I'm not saying that it's any different in Phoenix, but It just seems like there may be more crime there.
So if I had my Wi-Fi router connected to the internet, and I had a hard wire from the router to my security system, would that work against a jammer?
As long as everything's hardwired. And as long as that camera
so you're saying every contact, all that has to be hardwired.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And, we did that because we were building a house.
Right. You could put wires in the walls. It didn't matter. I
think we have, 95 miles of coax cable in the house.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah. Well, you saw this. I have a server room.
It's crazy.
It is.
Like 900 Wi-Fi devices.
Yes, 900.
And we still have things that are hardwired.
Yes. But all the important stuff is hardwired.
Security stuff.
Yes. But the technology that exists to wipe us out in a like that.
You can get it on Temu.
It wasn't on Temu. I don't remember the site where he told me. But $250.
That's nothing.
Just 2 buttons.
You can make that in your first burglary.
Bing, bang. Gone. Hey, want to stay in the tech know without wasting your time? Join nearly 1 million folks who get my free newsletter, The Current, where you see the latest in tech in just 5 minutes every single day. You're just going to love it. It has a 5 out of 5 star rating over on Trustpilot. Sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.